What if you could use Ilia Topuria's fighting style to win in business and in life? Sounds crazy, right? But I actually wrote the book on it. Well, not Ilia Topuria, but how to use martial arts principles to dominate in business and in life. More on that later. In this video, we're breaking down the exact principles Ilia Topuria used to knock out Charles Oliveira and how you can use them to win in every aspect of your life. And no, you don't need to be a trained fighter to use these principles. In fact, they're gonna work for you even if you've never thrown a punch. Disclaimer, don't punch your coworkers. It's not polite. So let's see. Goes in. So he feints the jab, feints again, and then bam, comes in with the jab. Do you see that? He feints a jab, and then the second time simulates a feint, and then jabs straight to Oliveira's face. But the reason why this works is that he's always moving, so you never know what he's going to do next. You're going to see this with the most successful leaders and the most successful companies. For example, Apple never talks about what they're working on until the time is right.
Do you have a Mac with a touchscreen in those buildings?
I don't see one.
Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. You would never know what he's going to do next until he does it. This gives you a huge advantage. Now, with the jab, he establishes consequence and fear, because when he connects, he doesn't just jab like this using just his arm. He steps in with his whole body and delivers a power shot. Very, very important, because now Oliveira is cautious. He's fearful. If you are to win in business, people need to take you seriously. So you sometimes need to set an example when people don't bring their A game or when they're screwing with you. 50 Cent talked about it because people knew about his background, that he grew up on the streets and he used to sell drugs. People avoided messing with him in business. They were afraid of the consequences. You want to establish this type of leverage because fear can be your friend when used sparingly, but memorably. Let's continue. So he now feints the jab and comes in with the right cross. Very, very important and very powerful. Misdirection can be very effective, but only after fear of consequence has been established. This is extremely effective in sales. Let's say you're about to close a big deal. You start by directing their focus towards all of the pain of them not buying from you. And once they're feeling the fear of missing out, you flank them from the side with an irresistible offer that they would feel stupid saying no to. But why don't I just give them the irresistible offer if it's irresistible? Because if you just give them the offer without a bit of fear, you will have a lot of sales objections. People are rarely logical when they're buying something. So use their emotions wisely. Now let's take a look at the clinch. He gets a strong knee to the body from Charles, and that's when he's like, oh, I need to take away his striking. So watch what he does next. He's basically pulling him, taking away his balance. Whenever you take away your opponent's balance, you take away their ability to fight back. And you see that with Charles. He got frustrated, so frustrated that he just pushed Ilia's face. That's a good sign. It's a sign that you're doing a good job. So if you want to weaken your opponent, take his legs away, aka his foundation. Unfortunately, China has done an exceptional job of this. If the US would ever start a war with China, which I hope they never do, we have enough f***ing wars in the world, the US will quickly find out how weak they actually are, because everything is produced in China, especially steel. But the same applies when you want to empower one of your team members. If they're underperforming all of a sudden, it means that their foundation is now shakier than it used to be. It means that they don't have the balance that they had, the balance that they needed to perform at the highest level. So your job as the leader is to find out what's really going on. What's causing that shaky foundation? Is it their beliefs? Did something recently happen in their life? What is it that's making them feel like their legs are giving in and they just can't stand to fight? Find out and help them take away those problems so they can enjoy having a strong foundation again. Now, let's see. He's controlling the distance very well. Now he feints the jab, and then when he opens, bam, comes in. Very powerful and very tactful. This is called using your opponent's strengths against him. Oliveira has great reflexes, so Ilia knows that when he feints again, he will most probably block, especially because he felt the power of those jabs. And then immediately after blocking, he will open up to try and strike back. And that's when Ilia steps in with a strong jab. Once again, this is also called breaking the pattern. Bruce Lee would talk about this a lot. Because fighting is kind of like music, kind of like a dance. You establish a rhythm and then you change that rhythm. You break the pattern. Pam, then pam. The music is like pam, jab, or pam, pam, 1, 2. But then Ilia does pam, pam. I lost my balance. Got a bit too excited. This is exceptionally powerful in marketing. If you want to grab people's attention, do something slightly different. Be the purple cow in a field of brown cows. You're still a cow, but you're purple. I promise I didn't say that to my ex-girlfriend. When you're breaking the pattern of people's expectations, that's when they open up to listen, to receive what you have to say, what you have to offer. Until you do that, they're going to be closed off. Take that into account. The reason why this worked so well was also because Ilia knows his opponent very well. He knows his strengths. So when somebody is very good at kicking, let them kick, let them exhaust themselves with their kicks, and then step in to finish the job. If somebody has really good defense, do a lot of feints and play with their minds. Let's continue. Bam. Oliveira, nice uppercut. Ilia keeps the distance. So he recovers from that uppercut. And now, same idea. You don't know what he's going to do next. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Feints. Comes into the body. Same idea. Yeah. Breaking the pattern. Now, again, breaking the pattern because Charles probably thought he's going to feint again and he just came in with a powerful jab. And that's what he's going to do next again. Now it's like, okay, that jab is going to come again, right? And now what he absolutely did brilliantly, he stopped the jab, even though he could have connected with the jab, because probably what he wanted to do was use Charles's momentum against him for I think it was a hook, for the right hook. Because if he did connect with the jab, he stopped like last moment, Charles would have been a bit pushed back and the hook wouldn't have had that much power. He used basically his opponent's momentum, connected with the hook to knock him out. That's what really knocked him out. Beautifully, beautifully executed. In business, in life, it's never the punches you see that hurt. It's the ones that you don't see. Like a sharp knife, this is a tool that you can use for destruction, or this is a tool that you can use for compassion or kindness. The same applies when doing an act of kindness when nobody is expecting it. That's what makes it memorable and impactful and breaks the pattern. Bottom line, always keep people guessing about your next move. Use misdirection and fear to your advantage. Break the pattern by knowing what people expect and delivering something slightly different, slightly out of tune to grab their attention, and you will win. My new book goes much deeper into these principles, and you can get it for free. It's called Greatness and Mastery, 10 martial arts plus leadership principles that give you the edge to join the top 0.01%, then very importantly, without sacrificing your freedom. Grab your free copy below. And share this video with a friend who is a martial arts and leadership junkie. They will love and praise you for it more than your mother ever did.